In this video, we'll be discussing how to use the Cultural Backgrounds Study Bible. Let's go ahead and pull up a quick peek so we can see what it looks like. Before we go ahead and jump in, let's go ahead and drop the intro. This is the Vega Pod, inviting you to look at the issues through a biblical lens. As I mentioned earlier, in this video, we'll be discussing how to use the NIV Cultural Background Study Bible, particularly in the ebook digital version. I'm an Android user, so I'll be walking you through how to use it through the Google Playbooks app. So, a few things that really stand out from the study Bible. First thing is the study notes. I would say that's the best feature of the study Bible. The study notes are incredible. They're next level when it comes to digging deeper into cultural context. And I think if you're trying to do in-depth Bible study, we have to grasp what's going on in the culture, particularly when we're looking at the life of Joseph, we're looking at the life of David, the life of Moses, what was happening in Moses' life, what was going on in Egypt as they were trying to progress into the promised land, what was happening in the promised land, what was going on in Canaan, as Moses and the Israelites are making their way into the land. And one of the other things about the study Bible is the two scholars who contributed, very well respected, well known, John Walton and Craig Keener. They're respected not only among people like me, it's regular lay people, but among scholars. They're well respected. They they're recognized for their research. And one more thing that really stands out about this study Bible, particularly the physical version, is the charts. The charts are incredible. Now, I make the distinction between the chart being in the physical and the digital version. And as we progress through the video, you'll see why. Now, in your Google Playbooks app, once you click on the Bible and you'll be met with the full screen. You tap on it again, and you'll see at the bottom left what is the table of contents. Hit the table of contents. From there, you'll select the book that you want to use. Now, in this example, we're going to be looking at the book of Acts. Once you get to the book of Acts, you'll be met with kind of the introduction to the book. So you scroll to the right, you'll be met with a few different sections. Authorship. Keep scrolling to the right, you'll be met with the provenance and date. Keep scrolling, you'll see some kind of quick introductory notes, and then you'll be met with Acts chapter 1. Now, in this example, we're actually going to jump all the way to chapter 6. So let me go ahead and scroll on over. Once we get to chapter 6, if you see verse 1, it's highlighted kind of bluish, the same as the chapter. You tap on verse 1, you'll see the study notes. From there, if you scroll to the right, again, you'll see. Actually, let's backtrack. Let's go ahead and go back to the verses. So, Acts chapter 6, verse 1, scroll to the right. You see a couple more of those blue verses letting you know that there's notes for that particular verse. If you click on the letter, you'll see the scripture references. So that'll show you different verses that might be shedding more light on that particular verse, might be related, it might just be clarifying. Now from here, it'll be easiest just to hit the back arrow to get back to those set of verses. You swipe to the right one more time, right under verse 10, you'll see an article that says Synagogue of the Freedmen. Now, a tip for that is that the article is, it's blue like the verses, and it's underlined, and the font is a little different. So that kind of tips you off that it's, something more going on there. You tap on that, and depending on the phone that you have, my phone does not take me right to the article. I have to swipe to the right. So I swipe to the right, I see the article, Synagogue of the Freed Men. Now, some drawbacks about the digital ebook version. Once you navigate to a book, right? We navigated to the book of Acts. We went to the study notes by tapping on the verse. And if you want to click on the see the article, you click on the article that's underlined, and that'll take you there. The drawback is once you get to the study notes or the article, if you swipe the page to the right, and then you hit the back arrow, it will exit the book. So another drawback, the charts in the ebook version don't look like charts. So if you scroll a little farther to the right, let's see here, you'll see for Acts chapter 7, answers, answered charges, and parallel figures in Acts 7. The two figures mentioned are Joseph and Moses. In the digital version, when you look at it, it doesn't look like a chart. It has you have the two names, Joseph and Moses, at the top, bold, and then you have kind of like a list, but it's not bulleted. There's no way to kind of really make the distinction. So that's a drawback there. The other thing, you miss out on the color coding of the charts. In the physical Bible, you have different colors, particularly you have like different tones of maybe blue or purple to kind of let you know that there's a difference there. And it helps, as you're kind of doing your own study. Just a quick recap. When you're using the NIV Cultural Backgrounds Study Bible digital version on an ebook for Google Playbooks, you tap on the book and the chapter, you tap on the verse number, and you view the study notes, by tapping on the verse number. Same thing with the articles. You tap on the articles that are underlined, you get to see the article. Remember that this is important. Once you turn the page to view the next set of notes and hit back, it will exit the ebook. Now, for me personally, since I do most of my studying on the digital version, I prefer to use the ebook. And when I'm doing in-depth study, I prefer to do it on my devices because I always have it with me, right? And I can do it on a tablet, I can do it on a computer or laptop. It just makes it easier. Having a physical copy is great when you're trying to look at covenants or character comparisons, like we saw here in chapter 7, because you'll see it all together, and it's a little neater look, and it's a little more pleasant to the eye, right? The aesthetic, it matters, it counts. So, for all that being said, Cultural Background Study Bible, great resource if you're trying to go in depth. You definitely want to consider grabbing a copy. It'll give you a lot of the culture and context that is needed as we go deeper into our Bible study. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Now, in a couple of weeks, I'll be having Dr. Anthony Stevens Arroyo. We'll be looking at the first Taino convert in the island of Hispaniola. Right now is called Haiti, Dominican Republic, the island that was split. And we're going to be looking at a little more of that history there, so just to see kind of what happened. So I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day and have a great week.